Thank you for joining us for this breaking news update. I'm Dana Huey. We are just moments away from the start of a hearing for an East Texas man convicted of capital murder for the death of his daughter. Robert Roberson is hoping that this could lead to the halting of his upcoming execution. Now, we've been sharing his story for several weeks now. Robert Roberson is urging the Anderson County Court to cancel his execution order. He believes the judge, who is now retired, should not have been in charge of this case. So this could be his final chance at a reversal of his death sentence. Now, this is what we know. Prosecutors said his daughter was the victim of shaken baby syndrome, but that diagnosis has since been raised into question. And even a detective who investigated the original case now says that Roberson is innocent.
That Nikki's lungs were highly diseased. She had 2 different kinds of pneumonia ravishing her lungs. And she had been extremely sick the whole week before. And Robert had taken her to the doctor, taken her to the pediatrician.
And that was Roberson's attorney there. Now, on Friday, the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals denied Roberson's final appeal despite lobbying from a bipartisan group of state lawmakers. If he is executed, Roberson would become the first person in the country put to death on the basis of a shaken baby syndrome diagnosis. His execution date is currently set for this Thursday, October the 17th. But how did we get here to all of this? Well, our Ayanna Aird explains the latest on this case and why advocates are working to reverse his death sentence.
For more than 20 years, Robert Roberson has been on death row, convicted of killing his daughter Nikki in 2003 for what medical examiners and pediatrician called shaken baby syndrome.
Robert's daughter falling off a playscape, they land with sufficient force in just the wrong way, it can cause this same condition that was found in his daughter.
Sween also says the same set of conditions is internal to pneumonia, but the recent illness she had was never investigated.
So the old shaken baby idea was whoever was with the child when they collapsed must be guilty of a horrible crime because it would have happened instantly.
Sween says they are concerned Roberson never had a fair hearing because she believes the retired judge wasn't following the proper procedure.
That a lack of transparency really around how this particular judge made these decisions. And if the new judge agrees with us, the execution warrant would be voided. That many people across the political spectrum have been raising concerns about the case, speaking out. And that has certainly been a comfort to Robert in a very, very stressful time.
East Texas State Representative Jay Dean and 85 other representatives throughout the state of Texas sent a letter to court in support of Roberson's innocence.
Rally around, life, and if there's some evidence that's come forward, scientific evidence that shows that 2 things. One, then it disputes the phenomenon called baby shaking, but also that the child had other physiological complications. That's what the child died from.
In Tyler, I'm Ayanna Aird, CBS 19.
Thank you, Ayanna, for that update. Well, the hearing is going to be before Judge Alfonso Charles, the presiding judge of the 10th Administrative Judicial Region. He will be listening to the attorneys on the motion to vacate. Now, this is happening in Anderson County. I'm taking a look. He has not taken the chambers just yet, so we are still waiting live for that press conference. We do know that immediately following this hearing, there will be attorneys for Roberson, also Brian Wharton, the lead detective who testified for the prosecution back then whenever Roberson was convicted, who now believes that he is innocent, as well as Mr. Roberson's spiritual advisor. They will all come together after this hearing today in Anderson County for a press conference. This will be on the steps of North Perry Street in front of the Anderson County Court. So at this moment, we are still waiting for Judge Charles to take a seat there for the proceeding to happen. Again, this has been going on for a while now in the media. You've seen, like as we just mentioned, a lot of Texas people who are in office there now supporting him. But we do know that last week the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals had decided not to stay his execution. So in just moments, we're going to be going to that press conference. There's been a lot of support, even from John Grisham. He is, of course, the famed writer and also a lawyer, too, who has also thrown his support behind Roberson to overturn his conviction. Let's listen in.